Mr. President.
Senator from Oklahoma.
Mr. President, I rise to be able to talk with this body about the NASA administrator. Later today, we're going to have a vote, which is extremely important for the future of NASA and the future of space exploration, what we're going to do with our satellites, what we're going to do on climate issues, what we're going to do on weather, all those related to NASA. Jim Bridenstine, who's a friend, who's a fellow Oklahoman, current congressman from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma's 1st district, is the person the president has tapped to say that's the person I support to be the next NASA administrator. Now, he has months and months and months gone through process, gone through committee hearings, gone through all kinds of support. The committees that he served in the House of Representatives sent a bipartisan letter with wide majorities to the Senate saying we've worked with Jim Bridenstine. He is exceptionally knowledgeable about issues on space. He is a great choice, and they sent that letter over from the House to the Senate. Multiple individuals have written letters in support of Jim Bridenstine, including Sean O'Keefe, who's the former NASA administrator. Buzz Aldrin also sent an extensive support for Jim Bridenstine, including doing a pretty remarkable op-ed about Jim Bridenstine and the support for him. We've had multiple different groups that are space-related that have sent us all kinds of information and endorsements about Jim Bridenstine and him leading NASA and being the next administrator. All the support from around the country and from multiple individuals, former NASA administrators, former astronauts, individuals that have risen up, but I still have people that bump into me and say, I don't know who he is. Well, I get that. He's a congressman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So let me tell you just a little bit of background so you'll get some perspective on him. Jim Bridenstine began his naval career flying the E-2C Hawkeye off the USS Abraham Lincoln. As a naval aviator, he had 333 carrier-arrested landings. It's at 1,900 flight hours total. While on active duty, he transitioned to the F-18 Hornet, flew the Naval Strike, he flew for Top Gun. He served in Afghanistan, he served in Iraq, he served in our drug interdiction work in Central and South America, flying there. He's had a pretty remarkable naval career. He graduated from Rice University, which is no simple thing to do, but he graduated from Rice University with a triple major when he finished up Rice University. He has an MBA from Cornell University. He's extremely smart, he's extremely engaged, and he's been very attentive to the issues of space. Serving the House of Representatives, he's made his focus space and research and trying to be able to realign NASA into a mission focus. What some have said that NASA has in some ways lost its focus of what they exist for, Jim Bridenstine has been very, very passionate for trying to get NASA back on focus with a big vision and a big mission. He's done that with multiple different bills that he's worked through, but he's also done that in trying to articulate to the space community why this is so extremely important, that we have a good, solid, functioning NASA in all of its areas of operation. He has the support of our delegation. He has the support of many in the space industry. He has the support of former NASA administrators. He has the support of former astronauts. And he should have the support of this body today. We'll vote on him at 1:45. NASA's acting administrator is in the process of retiring right now. Not only should Jim be here, but we should have not taken this long to actually get to this spot. 8 months this has taken to get to a vote on a NASA administrator. Let's get him on his task, and let's get him going. We need him in this spot, and I think he will do a fine job. And it's not just my opinion, it's folks from all over the country that have risen up and looked at him clearly and said he's the right person for the job. Now, Mr. President, I do want to make one additional statement as well. We're in the process of talking about a Secretary of State. I've been very interested that there's been all this debate about Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo is a friend. He and I came into the House of Representatives together and served in the House together beginning in 2011 and got to know him for who he really is. I've been amazed at the smears in the press and the attack on his personal character. Every time I read one of those, I think this is a person who's never met Mike Pompeo. The best way to evaluate Mike Pompeo is not just his background, small things like graduating first in his class from West Point, his military service, his time in professional business, his time serving as a House member, the excellent work that he has done over the last year leading our CIA, the cool hand that he has been in the middle of the chaos of trying to be able to deal with all the issues right now in Washington, D.C. Those are all good marks to be able to look at him. Quite frankly, one of the things that I would want to come back to is to say, meet him. For those of you that doubt, that are in this body, that are willing to read a media story at some point, that have taken one thing he said at some point out of context, I'd encourage you to meet him and actually have that conversation. You're going to find a fine leader who is dedicated to help our nation, who's done it on the battlefield, who's done it as a representative, who's done it as the director of the CIA, and will do an incredible job helping us diplomatically worldwide in the State Department. I'm looking forward to supporting his nomination, not because I'm a Republican and it's a Republican nomination, because he's a quality individual that genuinely wants to help the country. And I think will uphold extremely well the history that we've had in diplomacy in the United States. With that, Mr. President, I yield back.